so we have it. So they actually had you doing cold reads.
Yes, they would bring up a couple scripts with us and have us just study the characters that we're supposed to be playing a little bit beforehand. And
Hmm.
they're just like, oh, don't worry about doing a voice. Just kind of do it how you would say the line.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then we can just make adjustments after that if need be.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's great that they said that. I think it's a common misconception that like when you're voice acting, you have to like do a voice, right? Because you really
That's
just,
what I thought too for a long time.
I think it's more about responding, truthfully as you would in those circumstances, and getting like the emotion, across. People will resonate with that more.
Yeah, they use the term truth quite a bit. And I found that a little unexpected because mostly my initial perception of like building a demo reel and kind of like building your repertoire, like what characters you can bring to life through your voice was just based on like, okay, what kind of like specific like characters or types of characters can you fit into based on what voices you can make.
Right. Yeah. I mean, having variety on your demo reel is always good, but definitely knowing how to make the most out of your specific unique voice is gonna really set you apart, right? I mean, there's like tons of professionals out there who make their living just emulating very specific characters, and they can like there's people who do that already, and there's not very many of them, so they usually get those kinds of jobs. So what we like to do is we tell people is figure out how to make the most of your unique voice, right? And get the value there. So
Yeah, that's a fun thing that I was getting a lot from the panel with the people from Strawberry Hills, like Samurai as a Sound, and all the other voice actors that were coming in and doing panels, Q and A's, and audience interactive activities were saying very similar things. It's like they use the term truth a lot, and also just like providing your own sort of unique type of performance and voice to things rather than just trying to be like an imitation of something else.
right. Yeah. So did you meet Jesse and Raj while you were at the convention?
I didn't get the chance to talk with them one on one, and if I did at all, it was very briefly.
Hmm.
I did see Raj and Jesse there at the panel event. Um, but yeah, I didn't get to actually have a one-on-one conversation with either of them. But I was honestly catching the event much later. I was like about halfway through because there's a lot of other events going on around the day, and we were running a little bit late. Me and my friend were just catching up on a couple things we wanted to stop in on during the event.
Okay. But you did stop by the booth, and I'm curious what your experience was like as you were kind of passing the booth.
It was the panel event, so we were kind of just in the audience and listening to them speak for Samurai Sound and like getting everybody excited to go and try out for like the demo derby and stuff like that. It
Hmm.
was really just the end of the events that we managed to catch.
Hmm.
But I've been trying to go back through some of the other workshops that Strawberry Hill's done. I've watched two so far, and I've been
Hmm.
trying to kind of catch up with some of the things that you guys have been talking about during some of your guest workshops
Hmm.
or some of the general things that they try to teach the other people that are passionate about voice acting and want to get more into it.
So you have
I'm
membership
just
if
trying to
you're
take note of. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't catch that.
you have a membership then if you're accessing the workshops?
I do. Yes.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, there's a ton to unpack there. I mean, you can see when you go into the archives all the different categories, like the different aspects of voice acting that our educators have covered over the years. So there's tons of content to basically bring you up to speed on everything you need to know. Um, and we're always working on more right now, more content to put into the
Mhm.
membership library. And we'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback about that as well. Let's see, if you went to the convention, you probably have been a member for like about 2 weeks, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just about 2 weeks.
Okay. Um, and yeah, that's right. So the demo derby. Yeah, I saw your submission. We're gonna do the drawing pretty soon. So we'll announce
Okay.
who gets the free year of membership. So that's pretty exciting. Um, and then if since you have the membership, what I would recommend is taking advantage of the discount to book one of the workshops, because then you can really meet the educators and sort of get your foot in the door that way. Um, Let me just share my screen real quick.
Since you mentioned that, I actually signed up for the video game voiceover workouts workshop coming up soon with Heather Gonzalez.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
that's one I already signed up for. And I was planning to sign up for the fantasy video games voiceover workshop too with Karen Strassman.
Hmm.
I mean, I've watched one of her previous workshops that she's done with you guys before, and she's really good.
Yeah,
Um,
she's phenomenal. She's actually we're gonna be so we're doing this D&D event next week on Wednesday, which members get to play in for free, and she's gonna be there. It's this one. She's gonna be there, doing a little Q&A and listening to the players. Um, so that we just announced that yesterday. So it's kind of breaking news, but she's gonna be there. She's gonna talk about what she's gonna do in her workshop. Um, so that's really exciting.
yeah, I saw the description for the event. I didn't know she was going to be attending it. I didn't even see that announcement yet.
Yeah, I was actually just typing it up to send to all of our people on our mailing list. I haven't even told them. I've only told the people who are currently registered, and then everyone on our Discord server. Um,
I
we're
mean,
just,
I love the idea of it, taking Japanese folklore and samurais and putting it into a D&D campaign.
yeah, it's really fun. We're having a lot of fun. I was just playing today. Um, oh yeah, we just started it. Oh no, this is our novel. We just started our first battle. Um, so it's really fun, and you actually get to do that. You get to attend these if you're interested in role playing. I don't know if you are, but if you're interested, you get to attend these for free. Um, as long as you have the membership, and then you can also join one of these ongoing campaigns in the chat, um,
Oh, that's cool.
which is free for members as well. So right now we have one going. We might be starting a second one, depending on how this next session goes, or we might just combine the two groups of people. But um, so that's another membership benefit, and you get a lot of practice acting, because you actually encouraged to act in character during the live event, where it's more of like an improvisational thing, and then in the ongoing campaigns you're responding to the events in on your own time, so you have time to think about, okay, how would my character really respond to this situation, and then make a voice recording of yourself that's like very truthful, and then you get in-game bonuses for that as well. So it's this whole thing um, that's centered around the voice acting.
That is cool. I mean,
um
I was interested in getting into Dungeons and Dragons for several months now. It's just that I don't have a community of people I've been connected to yet that enjoy D&D. I mean, a lot of my friend that I went to the convention over at Anime Central, he's
mhm.
really into Dungeons and Dragons and he gets it together with like a dedicated group of buddies. They'll have a dungeon master type up a campaign for them and then they'll just contribute little tidbits here and there. It's like, okay, this is how I'm going to build my character. And then I love the amount of creativity that goes into it. And the kind of like on the spot in character moments are something that like really does feel like it translates over to um creative like voice acting roles and some other improv type of work. I find it like just
Absolutely.
very engaging to follow along with it.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you see it that way, because that's how we're seeing it. And this is the community is built in. It's really really thriving, and even though we're just starting. So if you're interested in getting involved, go into this looks familiar, right? Your members area. By the way, Karen Strassman's course is super cool. Samurais and Stories role playing portal. This is where you can actually get signed up. So if you want to play in an event, this just links you to the events, but also you can tune into the live stream. But if you want to join an ongoing campaign, I would suggest going to the live streamed role playing event first and playing in it. And then if you enjoy it and you find that it's something that could benefit you as a voice actor, signing up for one of these ongoing campaigns, because those are the ones that I feel like people are going to get the most out of, like technically for their voice acting, and then the spontaneity of the improvisation of the live streamed role play events is sort of like a supplement to that, if you will. So does that
Hmm.
all make sense?
Yeah, I'm just is this recording going to be emailed to us for this particular meeting that we're having today?
If you'd like access to it, yeah, I can give it to you.
I would like to go over that because one thing I learned about myself is that I don't learn everything all at once, and I lose track of what stuff I talk about with people, and I don't mean to. It's just I have a lot of trouble following along sometimes,
No,
but
that's
I get
totally
the
fine.
gist of what you're talking about.
Step one, we're still in the process of simplifying this because I know it's confusing, is just booking the live role play event, which you can do for free. So if you go here, if you're free Wednesday, you can do this one. If you're free, and this is just on our website under workshops, live role play events. Or if you're free when I think this is a Tuesday, July 2nd or August, these are the ones upcoming. So you just click on them just like you would for any other event. The price is $50, but you have a coupon code that's exclusive for members in your in the members area. So I'm not going to show it on the recording, but it's in the
Mhm.
members area in I'll show you what the product looks like. You probably already know because you've been going to the workshops, but these are your discount codes. So the discount code is in there. You just put it there and then you get to play for free. So I can send you links to all these as well. I'll send you a link to get
I
started.
would definitely appreciate that if you could.
That might be easier. And now, since we're on the subject of all your membership benefits, I really want to make sure that you're taking advantage of this first month, right? Have you updated your profile?
Not at all. I will admit to you, I need to take some more recent headshot photos for one thing. I haven't entirely viewed what as a whole you could update your profile to. Like, okay, you can put in a headshot. As far as a demo goes, I have not put a single demo together since the demo derby one. That's actually my first demo I've ever created.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's great. I would say before worrying too much about your demo, I would go to a few workshops and get that training
Hmm.
in. And then if you're a member, we actually will give you great discounts on your demo reel production package. So, but that's a bit further down the line, I would say. You know, first step I think would be to just get the experience in with the educators. Right. But eventually you'll want to, because this is a pretty cool like landing page that you can just send people. It has your demo on it. Um, you know, information about you as a voice actor. That's just one of the benefits. I was kind of just going through them, but um, yeah, we're gonna have the demo derby drawing. This course I definitely recommend. It's one of our newest courses. Um, so let's see. I think we just got Robert. Oh, he left and then he came back. Here he is again. Hey, Robert, can you hear me? Hey, Robert, can you hear us? Guess he's on mute. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was just going through these different workshop recordings we have. Oh, he's in the chat, I see. Oh, only listening. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. We're just going over some of the membership benefits. I was talking about um Dungeons and Dragons, this upcoming event. We're gonna have Karen Strassman at the next one to do a little Q&A and listen to the players for a little bit. So members get to play for free in that, which we're really excited about. And I was showing the Discord server. We got some stuff going on in here. It's been very lively over the last few days, so that's been nice. Um, okay, where was I? We were going through the library. No, that's not it. That's the membership profile. Did I exit out? I think I did. Yeah, I did some speaking of outdated headshots, I did some more technical audio workshops a few months back that you can watch as well. A few gear discounts. So,
Yes, that's something else I've been looking into recently because I do not have a uh let's say a proper studio setup. I just basically have my basic computer and workplace just put together with a better USB microphone.
mhm.
But um I know that's not going to be an immediate big thing. Like I have to go all in on a fancy studio or anything like that, or even a makeshift one should be okay. I would think, like even a walk-in closet that I have in my own house.
Yeah, most people just start
But
with their closets, honestly. And you've already
because
got a microphone, so
I have such a very um what was I saying? Oh, I have very little idea on what financial investments I should be making like from the start because I would assume that getting a good microphone is one thing, but I'm still very new to the voice acting profession and I also need to start going into maybe getting coaching, getting a mentor and before I like dive into like building demo reels and then going to networking opportunities.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, I think that the cool thing about what we're offering here is that it's a networking opportunity and a mentorship and a coaching all kind of bundled into one. So a few of those, I'd say, start with one of the workshops. Sounds like you're going to the Heather Gonzalez one, which is really, really awesome. And then you'll get that practice in and that really crucial feedback from the industry professional voice actor, right? I'm the production manager for Strawberry Hill Studio and Samurai of Sound, but I don't have any like professional big titles like our educators do. So they're going to give you that feedback that really takes you to the next level. And then once you're there, you can be like, okay, well, what are my strengths? How do I go about crafting my demo? Um, and then you can really make those your demo, which is basically your business card, right, that you're sending out. Um, and so I would, yeah, focus on the courses or focus on the workshops and then also following along with the course. We're writing another course too that we're about to release on how to get started in voice acting as well. So you'll have access to that. And then that'll sort of be your roadmap, right?
Sorry, I'm just exploring the Karen Strassman course right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Figure I should take a look at this since I definitely want to get a good idea on like uh starting points that like I understand like what things that I should be doing right now because when I was first starting to take voice acting a lot more seriously, like initially I was doing it as a pastime and as a hobby. Like I would do like live stream events for like certain things that I liked. I liked visual novels, I liked narrating for different stories and stuff like that. But then I started exploring the industry more and realized how much more um hard work goes into production for like say like big budget video games. Like I know you've had voice actors from like uh Persona, for example, for the
Mhm.
industry.
Yeah, Aaron
And
Strassman is a voice actor for Persona.
yes,
Um,
for I guess in Persona 3, I think.
so if you want to talk to her, just come to the event. You can come for free. She's coming on Wednesday. I don't know where you're at in the world, but it's at she'll be there at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. So I'll send you a
I live
link.
in the Central Standard Time Zone, so that time frame should work out fine. If it's like 5:30 Pacific time, I think it
Yeah.
was.
Yep. She'll be there at 5:30 to about 6. So yeah, definitely come meet her. And you can also, connect with the role playing community because it sounds like you have an interest there. So I'll send you, all you need to do is just use this checkout page and then put in your coupon code. Again, I can't show the coupon code here because we're recording this, but
Because
um
of recording reasons. Okay.
right. But you'll get in for free. And then you can just make your character. I'll send you an email with like the to-dos to make your character, but you don't have to go crazy with it or anything. Um
Okay.
So you can go from there. You can meet Karen. She'll talk about the upcoming event, which you'll also have a discount code for. If you decide you want to follow up with her, it's a fantasy themed event, fantasy voiceover. That's at the end of this month. But sounds like if you're already enrolled in Heather Gonzalez, like, do that one first. You don't have to go crazy. Take all the courses at workshops at once, but you can
Hmm.
just hear her talk about it, how she sees it. So I'll send you this link and then gosh, yeah, I'm excited to hear how your workshop with Heather goes.
Becoming. Oh, I see. I see the discount codes now. Okay. I was trying to re-navigate through because I had to re-log in.
Right, yeah.
So you're more on the and correct me if I'm making an incorrect assessment. You're in the audio production side of the.
That's my background. Yeah, I have a background in music production, classical piano and guitar, music production, audio production. So that's sort of how I started working here at the studio, Raj's studio, which is called Strawberry Hill. And then I started managing the voice acting roster because I was doing all the audio editing for them anyway. So I got into the voice acting world through managing our roster, and then I started managing the studio. So now I'm the production manager for all the stuff we do, including Samurais of Sound.
Let me see. Sorry, I'm getting myself registered for that next Samurais and Stories live event coming up soon.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm so excited.
Since I figured I should make sure I get that done and put that on my schedule ahead of time.
Yes, that is amazing. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Like today, we had a couple of posts in the chat for the live stream role play. We have Tazi, he gave his character's backstory. He went all out. It's like totally crazy.
Wow, that's really
Uh
elaborate. I love
it's
it.
so cool. And then Joker gave his today. He's like this cool like demon that like vanishes in a puff of smoke.
He has character art for that
Yeah,
too.
he literally made character art. And he's gonna record the dialogue, so we'll get to hear him actually voice acting his. But we're also going to hear it at the live stream, so we'll hear it in a couple of places. But I assume he's probably going to join an ongoing campaign. I don't know yet, but and Tazi is actually looking at running his own campaign, which you can do to offset the cost of your membership. But um, we haven't gotten enough signups for him to start yet. But I'm really excited. This I can just tell this is going to be a really fun event. So I'm really looking forward to it. So
Right
I'll
now, I really want to get a lot more kind of exposure to different opportunities to get involved in voice acting roles and with other people who are interested in the area too,
Mhm.
because that's definitely the probably my weakest area and most significant weakness right now is that I have almost zero connections
Well,
in.
this is definitely the place to start. I mean, that's what we're all about is making connections. You're already going to a workshop with Heather Gonzalez. You're
Mhm.
this community of artists. So you're in good hands, trust me. Going to the conventions as well. Yeah, we're already thinking about our next conventions. Um, so
I
yeah.
mean, I would love to meet a lot of the talent around here because just listening to the last couple workshops that I managed to listen in on,
Mhm,
I could hear some really inspired performances just from like a cold read done from on the spot during a workshop.
mhm. Yeah, it is
Those are
pretty.
the kind of things that get me really excited about the profession and going into voice acting is that these people have a lot of not just talents but the passion, and it has a lot of heart in these kind of performances.
Mhm, mhm. It's so true. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll definitely take a further look into the launching the successful voice acting career course, and some of the other offerings too. I just haven't had too much of a chance fairly recently to take a look at things because I've
There's
had
a lot to
other stuff.
unpack there.
Yeah.
Take your time. And I don't know if I should be telling you this, but since you stuck around this long, we have a new course that we're almost finished with that's hosted by Morgan Bear.
Oh,
We're almost done with it, and it's got uh really good information in it that we're excited to share. It's also uses just like the Karen Strauss one, it uses clips of her teaching. Um, so you can stay tuned for that. Probably we don't have an official release date, but probably like mid June, if not sooner. So that's going to be really great as well.
yeah. So I've been looking at the web page like pretty much every day, just checking up to see like I need to read up on the workshop opportunities for one thing was something that I wanted to make sure that I actually took advantage of while I had the chance.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then I start hearing about the Samurai Stories Live, and then there's the membership related coursework that you can do. And
Hmm.
then I was realizing, okay, now I need to make sure I have my profile actually built so people can look at me and not see just this like blank default picture of like a figurine of somebody.
Right. Yeah, and it's
This
also
person exists, but I don't know anything about it. This doesn't tell me anything about this person. It's like looking at a blank resume page, basically.
yeah. Um, yeah, and it also just serves as a great little link you can send people when you talk about your voice acting. They're like, "Oh, could I see some of your work?" And you could throw a little placeholder demo up there now if you want. It's not like you can't do that, but like I said, the demo is sort of I'd say like after, two or three workshops, you get that experience and then you start thinking about where you want to take your demo.
I see. I see.
Hmm.
I just wanted to get a lot more kind of just not just practicing with my own viewpoints on how my performances are going,
Right. Yeah,
because a
take
lot
that
of
out
that
there.
is what I've had to rely on for
Mhm.
up to this point because I don't have or I have not taken that extra step to get those extra networking opportunities in my schedule and then building those connections with people. That's something I definitely need to have right now
That's so
because
true. Like keeping yourself scheduled, like these events, there's something about, oh, I have to make time for this. It really keeps you accountable, making sure that we're spending the right amount of time each week on the things that really matter to us. So,
yeah, I didn't want to start like I want to or I am taking this a lot more seriously these days. And I mean, starting point for me is just going to things like this
mhm.
and keeping myself accountable is like, okay, it's not you're not making time for it. You have time for it. It's just setting your priorities straight for me.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, priorities, right? That's like the main decision that we make is what do we prioritize? That's a good way of looking at it.
Because then I was thinking, okay, how am I gonna balance this? Like, I'm gonna be pretty tired from work, and then I have all this to take care of after that. Okay, this like you can be tired, but at the same time, that's not really an excuse to not push yourself to do something you actually want to do. And this is something I want.
Hmm. Hmm. So true. All right. Well, Justin, do you have any more questions?
I'm trying to see
I feel like you're
because
going to have questions if you just signed up for the role playing event because there's a few like kind of tips
yeah.
to get that up and running. If you want to go over that with me, I'm totally down.
Um, I would like to do that. Just like I know we've already gone over like the workshops and some of the other courses on offer through Samurai's a Sound and the Strawberry Hill Studio website. I'm also just trying to think about like, um, is there any other events you would kind of highlight and you think I could find some big amount of value? Like I can see all of these events having a huge amount of value, but
In
honestly, I'm
particular?
kind of tight for cash right now.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you definitely want to prioritize. I'm really glad to hear that you've already booked Heather Gonzalez because to me, like just getting that first workshop booked and seeing like where you're at in relation to your peers, but also the feedback from the professional. Honestly, all of our workshops have tons of value. These people are really incredible. So, what I hear that makes me happy is that you've booked one. The video game voiceover workshop with Heather Gonzalez. I mean, she's voice acted in Persona just like Karen Strassman did. So she's gonna
Yeah, I
really,
mean, I played so much of Persona 3 Reload, and the fact that she voices a character that I hear so much from is, I definitely want to hear from somebody like that.
yeah. So
Who's
yeah,
like right now in the thick of it, of like such a popular series.
yeah, for real. I mean, what I would say is that if you're looking to book a second workshop, y- just listening to what Karen has to say about her fantasy video games voiceover workshop, because you're gonna hear it straight from her when you come on
Mhm.
Wednesday. So you can kind of ask her like what she think what you'll hear her talking about it. So that would be my suggestion if you're looking for another workshop, is just to hear Karen talk about the anime one. I mean the fantasy one, sorry.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah. What were you saying that you wanted, that you could potentially go over with me regarding the samurai of, what was it? The Samurai Sound D&D
Yeah, so
event coming up.
so the first step, so you've already registered for the event, right?
Yes, I just registered and I got the confirmation email here.
Okay. So the first let me forward you the sort of onboarding email that I sent to all the other people who have registered. Let me get your email. Oh, I see your email right here. Okay. Okay, I just forwarded it to you, so let me know if you received it.
I'm gonna check and see if I got it. That's one thing I can do for my setup here, is get faster internet speed.
Oh yeah. That always helps.
Okay, I think this is it. No play events. Okay, I see the message. It says high role players, and then all the information following that.
Yeah, there's basically five things you need to do in order to be ready for the event. So first one is create your character in D&D Beyond, which is the free official service that D&D offers for people to create and maintain their character sheets. So
I
I
had no
provided,
idea this type of thing existed.
it's pretty convenient, honestly. It's way easier to play D&D than it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Um, so follow that link and create your account. I just link it to Google. Like that's what I like to do, but you can create the account however you,
Okay.
obviously. And then there's details about how, like, not rules, but just guidelines as to how you can create your character in that Samurais and Stories role-playing portal I was showing you. So once you've created your account on D&D Beyond, you can go in, and I'll just share my screen if you want to. I know you're doing things in your other tab. Um, but if you want,
Sorry, I type really loud.
oh no, I don't even hear it. I honestly don't hear it.
Oh,
Um,
that's probably because of the noise suppression then.
yeah, that's probably it. So you'll want to go to forge, explore our community is at the top, and then forge your character. And that just sort of has, well, there are some rules like you should use. You just follow along there. You already have your
Oh
free.
wait, where was that again?
if you go to explore a community and then forge your character.
And oh, what tab is that under? Is that under membership?
So I'll just start from the very beginning. If you go to
Yeah,
the,
sorry, I was half paying attention there.
oh, no worries. No worries at all. If you're on our website, right, and you go to log in
Okay.
and are you in the
Yes,
area?
I am now. Yes.
Okay. So then you just go down to Samurais and Stories role playing portal and click on it,
Okay, I see it. There it is. Okay.
and then forge your character. And there's just some rules for building the character. Um, those are the only ones you really need to follow. It's just these right here. Uh, Avrai is just something that's optional in the Discord server, but you're not there yet.
Okay, let me just making sure I have this page saved so I can get back to it later and take another look at it. Like characters. Advancement type milestone. Is that something like you set when you're doing the creation using the D&D Beyond? Or
Correct.
is that okay, okay. Because yeah, I'm completely clueless when it comes to this stuff. I listen to D&D podcasts like what was it? Was it Cast Party, Critical Role?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Some of the people from Critical Role are actually have been educators for us in the past, like Elizabeth McGlynn.
Oh,
She's
really?
yeah, she's given workshops for us. So.
Hmm. I remember it was funny when we went to Anime Central. My friend had to stop at every single table that had D&D merchandise
Oh my God.
for it to get he get all these new sets of dice. He get a dice bag. He get a special roller and
Mhm.
stuff. Like, dude, how many sets of the same type of dice do you need for D&D? Like, I personally don't understand the hobby, so I'm not being judgmental. I'm honestly just curious.
Yeah, no, people get way into it with the dice. I personally own like 12 sets of dice. Just because they're so fun to buy.
Believe me, I do understand it though. The dice are super cool when I was going there and checking
Yeah,
out some of the stuff.
and every time I make a new character for a different campaign, because I play a lot of D&D, my friend, I'm like, well, I need a different color for this character because he has red magic, not blue magic. I can't use the blue dye. But you don't even need dye to play online. That's what this Avrai thing is. You'll get there in the Discord server, but Avrai syncs up with the Discord server and your D&D Beyond character, so you can actually control your character from Discord, and roll the dice and stuff in Discord. So
That
it's
is very cool.
yeah. And after you're done making your character, there's not much else to do besides write your backstory. I highly recommend writing a 1 minute short backstory like you saw on the Discord server and just posting it there. Because then you can kind of use it as a script at the beginning of the session. And Karen's gonna be there. So if we have time, we can actually go through the backstories while she's there, and then you can kind of get some feedback.
Okay.
So write down your backstory and then kind of, that'll be like the sort of voice acting scripted part anyway. The rest of it is more improvisational. And then so
Okay.
after you create character, backstory, then you're just following these links that I emailed you. That's basically it. We're playing with your Discord username. So it's just creating character and backstory. That's it.
Yeah, I'm really gonna have to prioritize my internet speed because it's taking me forever to just sign into D&D Beyond.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is all my setup's fault.
No worries.
Okay. This is gonna be fun making a new character and writing the background story because I what was the last time I did creative writing? I think it was in high school. It was such a long time ago. We had to do like 30-minute one act plays
Hmm.
a long time ago. I was part of like the first round of students to do it for our drama department, and I was like, I had no idea what I was doing, but I somehow managed to get the first draft of my script out in like 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
I just got that into it. Literally during the lunch break periods, like I would have like this old crumpled up like piece of notebook paper
Hmm.
and then just scribble down, make edits, and like it was totally unreadable and sloppy, but it was good stuff that I was writing down. So I was like, okay, like I'm spending my lunch periods not on my phone. I'm doing edits to my latest draft of the script.
There you go.
And it was
Yeah.
such a blast getting to do that, honestly.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And that you can really have fun with it here too. If you want some inspiration, we're in the portal, you can go down to Samurais of Khoimen, which is the name of the campaign setting. And then you can read about how the different races and classes are interpreted in the world of the game. So like you get to choose a samurai if you want. Um, and for each of like the classes like bard, cleric, there's little bits that will give you just like a starting place if you want. So if you know you're going to be playing fighter and you want to be a Kenjutsu samurai, there's little bits of that to get you started, and then little blurbs on the cultural basis as well. If you're interested in, feudal Japan history, that sort of thing. So this is totally optional too, but it just if you want to starting that creative spark. And there's the same thing for the different races, like Dragonborn, Elf. They're known as Tenon
I've
in
always been a fan of the Dragonborn race.
it's a popular one. Yeah, a lot of
The
people.
Dragonborn and the Tiefling, I think were some of my top favorites.
Yeah, yeah, they're called
Human
acting.
for me is just a little too boring. Like that's
Mhm.
what I would pick. I was like playing Skyrim back in 2011.
Oh, there you go. The Imperials.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I was like, back at that time, I didn't even know what the difference between a gnome and a dwarf was. And then
Yeah.
listening to all the D&D podcasts and like I was playing things like Baldur's Gate 3 a lot recently, and it's like, yeah, they're totally different things. There's
Yeah.
not even a comparison.
In um in this campaign setting, the dwarves build expansive Zen gardens inside the mountains that they live in.
Mm-hmm.
That's like their thing.
That is very cool.
And the gnomes are sort of like spirits that inhabit specific people's houses and sort of like give like warmth and prosperity to the houses. And they kind of watch over different families.
This is gonna give me a lot of material to work with. Not just overwhelming because there's a lot of information, but I like having a lot to work with. When I first start off, it kind of gets my head kind of just in the mindset like, okay, like I can use all of this to really forge a really cool character with a very interesting background to it that can play a lot into, maybe key events in the campaign that they have set up for a D&D session or something like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if you want to brush up on where we've been so far, this is like more of a narrative format of the last campaign, but you can watch the video, the last adventure, excuse me. Um, if you go to, oh, this is our samurai. This is gonna be sorry, not live. Just do it in here. I find YouTube very confusing now. YouTube Studio, that's what I want.
It's kids dressed as the Power Rangers, I guess, in that last
You know,
page. Yeah.
whatever
Yeah,
works.
it was funny because I'm really into a lot of the newer anime that were coming out in Hulu. I was watching that one about like the Go Go Loser Ranger. Have you ever
Okay.
seen that one?
No.
That's a really good one. It's like the spin on the Power Rangers. Have you ever
Okay.
watched that as a kid?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or it's like the bad guys are actually the ones you're trying to root for against the Power Rangers.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. This is yeah, this is the video. Oh,
Of
shoot, gotta fix that
coin.
right now.
Live stream. I'm trying to find it.
I know it was listed as it's
I'm
listed
getting a bunch of soccer games and
sure how to change names. Mine seems here it's public now. For some reason it was set as
in
private.
addition I'm getting some historical reenactment.
Oh, well that's not far off. I'll just email you the link if you want to watch it like podcast style to sort of get a general vibe.
Yeah, I think I'd have an easier time finding it if I had a link to it, honestly.
Definitely.
And as honestly, I like the idea of creating a hybrid between the concept and like base of D&D with also like samurais and that type of like world building, plus that factoring into the type of class you're picking and what background your character could have. Because I took a couple history lessons when I was in college and I loved learning about the samurai and feudal Japan.
Yeah, it's really interesting stuff. And I just love hearing how people interpret it, like how they take this and kind of just run with it. Um, it also just makes for really interesting acting. I feel what I'm getting, especially from the last session, is that there's this sort of seriousness that goes along with the idea of feudal Japan that gets people in the zone for like really good, truthful responses, you know? Because like in the traditional Western high fantasy, like Dungeons and Dragons campaign setting, there's sort of this element of like wackiness that is generally supposed. Um, just because like that's how most people are used to playing it with their friends. But coming at it from a approaching it from this like a very specific different cultural perspective, for me at least, has been like very conducive to like getting into character and acting truthfully. It's also just in an effort to, you know, be respectful to other cultures that are outside my own. I've done a lot of research into this. It's been a lot of learning, so it's been fun.
Yeah, I like the idea of having it grounded in that sort of setting where you feel like you can delve into a more serious sequence of events that are going to be taking place during the campaigns.
Yeah.
And those are just the kind of stories that I like going into a lot more.
Hmm.
Like comedic, like a lot of comedic focused D&D like podcasts, for example. There's a lot of fun to be had there, but there's also some extra element of engagement that comes from some of the more serious stories that I definitely enjoy.
Yeah, and it's like if we're all being serious enough, eventually it's gonna be funny anyway, you know? Because like just like if we're all getting super into it, like that's how I think that's how truly funny things come out. Like if everyone's coming at it from perspective like, "Oh, I want to be funny," then it's like okay, like we it kind of comes off as cheesy or corny, you know? So I like that everyone's super invested in it.
I mean, I absolutely love the improv and comedy side of like voice acting and getting into like a story and you playing a character and your own interpretation of it. I mean, I've been watching a lot of have you ever heard of Snapcube before?
No, Snapcube?
Yeah, Snapcube it basically does a lot of dubbing for some old video games.
Mm-hmm.
Like they do a lot for the Sonic franchise,
Mm-hmm.
and I swear they have some of the funniest and like the moments are so organic. They're all improvised and they do everything in one take. So
Mm-hmm.
they just get a bunch of their people from their group together and they assign them the roles that they have during the like they'll just put a bunch of timelines and gameplay sections of the game together and stitch it
Mm-hmm.
together into what could be formed into a story, but they don't know what it's going to be until they actually start playing the video in a Discord.
Okay, yeah, that's fun. Oh my
But
gosh.
it is hilarious. It's one of
Mm-hmm.
the funniest things I've seen on the internet. Not
Wow.
even
You
joking.
said it's Cube Snap?
Snap Cube.
Snap Cube. Okay. I'll have to check
Just
them
look
out.
up the Snap Cube Sonic the Hedgehog dubs. The
Okay.
recent one for Shadow the Hedgehog from 2005 is pretty good.
Okay, Snap Cube, Sonic the Hedgehog. I remember playing Shadow the Hedgehog as a kid. There was like a GameCube game for it.
You're gonna have a blast watching it because I never played Shadow the Hedgehog when I was a kid, and I absolutely loved the dub. It was so good, so funny. Just how they interpret all the different scenes is like I can tell how the scene was supposed to go, even not. Yeah, that's it. I think it has like 7 million views or something.
Okay. I'll have to check it out later. That's
It's
funny.
like watching a movie. I watched it with my friend like when we got back from the Anime Central convention, and it was one of the best times I've had watching something with a buddy.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a further look into um I need to actually take a look at the Discord for
Yeah, definitely join the
D&D
Discord.
events.
Once you join the Discord, I'll give you the member role and the role that you'll need to join the live role play. There's two different roles
Okay.
there. So I'll see you when you pop in, and then I can give you that role. Actually, that would be good if we could take care of that now. The link is in the role playing portal if you just go to join our Discord community.
The role. Okay, I need to find that. I have such a bad habit of leaving so many links open on one web page. I'll have all
Yeah.
these tabs open and I have no idea what they go to.
I think what I'm gonna do is film a short video of just walking through this whole process for people because I'm realizing that there are a lot
Mhm.
of moving pieces just because of how there's a lot of
Where did
moving.
you say this link was again?
So if are you in the Samurais and Stories role playing portal?
Yeah.
So if you go down to join our Discord community,
Okay, I see it.
and then
Oh,
you
there it is. Okay.
link, it takes you to the Discord server.
It says the invite is invalid.
Oh, really? That's so helpful for me
Yeah.
to know. Oh my gosh, I'll fix that right now.
There's probably other people.
Oh
I've been
my
getting a
God.
lot of emails there.
Yeah, I wonder how that happened.
I think the link probably expired at some point.
Um, I bet you're right, but I thought I was being so careful to like
That
keep
tends to happen sometimes with old Discord invites. Like you'll think the link is still able to somebody to your Discord server, but then it closes itself out after a certain time has passed.
that's so weird. I didn't even know that. Okay. So open in a new window. Okay, I just
I think
fixed.
it's a security thing. They just close out a link after a certain amount of time has passed, so people can't just pass around old links.
That's so bizarre. I'm gonna look into it and see what happened. It was that one that ended in V9. But the new if you refresh the page, you should be able to get in.
Okay, I got it. Looks like we got wow. Is it 40 members in total besides me?
Around that. Okay, I'm gonna give you the role. you're gonna need, let's see, you're gonna need live player and you're gonna need member. And then if you decide to join the ongoing campaign, you'll get samurais or koimen as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into the information that I have on that and see if
Yeah.
I can make a lot of those live events too.
Yeah,
If I
you
can
can
get
book them
them
through
for
Sam.
free, I mean that's
Yeah,
doable.
I mean it's yeah, you're saving $50 right there. Some people do pay for the events, but I don't recommend it because the membership's cheaper, you know. So so yeah, you've already done most of what you need to do. It's just really at this point finishing up your character and backstory. That's it.
Okay, got it. I
And
will take a look in that then.
yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and let me know how Heather Gonzalez goes. When is that event, by the way?
It's on the why am I blanking on that right now?
Looks like June 15th. Okay, so I'll see you before then. Yeah, because
Okay.
yeah. All right, well, have a great evening and let me know if you have any questions.
Yeah, it was good talking to you.
Good talking to you too, Justin. Take care.
All right, you too.